Alright, guys. Sorry. Guys, we got to cover dimensional analysis. I think y'all did this back in middle school, so this should be just a review. Anyway, work on this worksheet, and when you're done with it, get on USA Test Prep. I'm only going to work a couple out because I really don't have the strength to go on past that. These are some common conversions. There's others down the road, but I was going to try to keep it simple. So for every mile, there's 5,280 feet. For every 1 inch, it's 2.54 centimeters. 3 feet equals 1 yard. 454 grams equals 1 pound. 946 milliliters equals 1 quart. And 4 quarts equals 1 gallon. So, number one, you have 5,400 inches. Okay? You always set up a table like this. If you want to get rid of inches, then put inches on the bottom. And we're trying to go to miles. So if you look over here, we got to make the jump to feet so we can get to that mile conversion. So how many inches are in a foot? 12. The equivalent would be 1 foot. And guys, when you set these tables up, you're always putting the equivalent things on top of each other. Because 1 foot is the same thing as 12 inches. I have inches on top, inches on bottom, therefore those cancel. I still have feet. I'm still trying to work to miles. I can make that conversion. So I'm going to put 5,280 feet on the bottom. The equivalent of that is 1 mile. I have what I want. The feet cancel because there's one on top, one on the bottom. And I'm simply going to multiply this across using my calculator. Notice the ones across the top. It's not going to change anything. So I'm going to use my fraction key, and I'm going to go 5,400 all over 12 times 5280. Hit enter. Give me a decimal. I get 0.085227. Repeating. 2 decimal places is what I want my answer to be. So this 5 will round that 8 up. So, I'm sorry, 0.09 miles. Alright, let's keep going. 16 weeks to seconds. Now granted, this doesn't have all the conversions, just some common ones, but you know these. So, 16 weeks on top. Start your table. I know in 1 week, there's 7 days. Weeks cancel. I know in 1 day, there's 24 hours. I'm working my way down the seconds. 1 hour, 60 minutes, and in 1 minute, 60 seconds. When the minutes cancel. I'm going to plug all this in my calculator as I see it. All the ones under here are not going to change anything. So I can go straight to my answer by multiplying everything on top. 16 times 7 times 24 times 60 times 60. And I get this really big number. 9,676 800 seconds. That makes sense for 16 weeks. This is from standard to metric, so I probably will need this chart. "54 yards Look over here. 3 feet for 1 yard. I'm going to try that. Yards cancel. 1 foot equals 12 inches. Feet cancel. 12 inches for every 1 inch. 2.54. Oops. What millimeters are these? Okay, in 1 centimeter, there's 10 millimeters. I know that's not over here. You may have to Google that. And in fact, you can use Google to check all these answers. But again, all the ones are on the bottom, so I just multiply everything on top straight across. 54 times 3 times 12 times 2.54 times 10. 49,377.6 millimeters. Guys, this is the basic idea. I'm going to do a hard one, then I gotta quit. It's taking too much out of me. This one has 2 things we gotta worry about. 36 centimeters per second over miles per hour. So we gotta worry about 2 conversions. 36 centimeters over 1 second. Same rules apply. I'm trying to get to miles and hours. So let's convert to centimeters first. So for every 2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch. Centimeters cancel. For every 12 inches, there's 1 mile. Excuse me. 1 foot. That made no sense. 5,280 feet. 1 mile. That takes care of my miles. I'm just continuing this out. Seconds to hours, as we said before. Put seconds on top. 60 seconds, because I want my seconds to cancel, equals 1 minute. Seconds cancel. And 60 minutes equals 1 hour. Now I have my hours. Notice it's underneath, just like this is. Miles per hour. Multiply it straight across. I use my fraction key. So on top of my fraction, I have 36 times 60. I'm not going to put the ones in there because that's not going to change anything. Times 60 again, all over 2.54 times 12 times 5,280. The ones won't change anything, so I'm just going to hit enter. Hit the SD button. Get this long decimal, but I get 0.81 miles per hour. I'll work on getting you an answer key, but I just don't have the strength to do the rest of this with you guys. When you get done with this, work on USA test prep. Alright, bye.